Planet Dolan.
From half a frog in a salad to a used condom under a pizza, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from Reddit about the worst things we found in our food. I'm Pringle the One, and today I'll be your narrator. This story was submitted by Gifurbiras. One time when she was in college, Paprika went to the cafeteria to get something to eat. She bought a salad and sat down. While eating, Paprika looked down and noticed the corpse of a frog, nearly cut in half. It turned out that the guy next to her, who was also eating a salad, found the other half. They never found out how the frog got into their food. This story was submitted by The Clouds Look Like You. When she was in 7th grade, Spences and her family went out to eat one night. While eating her salad, she put a fork full into her mouth and felt something cut the inside of her cheek as she bit down. Spences pulled out a bloody chunk of glass. The restaurant accused her family of lying, even though they didn't ask for anything in return. All Spences and her family wanted to do was let them know about the glass so nobody else got hurt. Even if they were going to lie, Spences also wondered why her parents would have chosen their 13-year-old daughter to be a target of salad glass. In the end, the restaurant comped Spences and her dad's meals, but they still had to pay for everyone else's. Man, I would have sued so quick. This story was submitted by Mors Omnia Equat. Melissa went with her family to an Italian restaurant one time. While eating, her 3-year-old brother got a metal strand from a wire scrubber stuck in his throat. Everyone in the restaurant jumped when Melissa yelled, "What the hell?" She retrieved the metal strand from her brother's throat, along with some half-chewed pasta, and angrily held it up to their server's face. After that, Melissa and her family left in a huff because they weren't going to pay for a single thing. But despite her young son almost choking to death on a piece of metal, the mother said that she was going to stay behind and finish their meal. Melissa feels anxious whenever she looks back on that night. This story was submitted by Dr. Disaster. Years ago, Derek worked at a canning facility as a quality checker. A large can of green beans that he inspected and thought was good to go was shipped to a restaurant. One of the cooks opened the can and poured out the contents. He was surprised to see a dead snake slid out the can and into the pan with the green beans. The restaurant immediately notified the canning facility about what happened. Derek's guess was that the snake slithered into the can just before it was filled with beans and cooked. He thought it was funny when the restaurant put the snake in a Ziploc bag and mailed it to him. This story was submitted by Alberto Wigwalian. Sid found 2 disgusting things in his food on 2 separate occasions. The first happened when he went to a burger joint where he ordered a burger and fries. While eating the fries, Sid noticed pubes at the bottom of the carton. Since then, he feels queasy whenever he sees French fries. Another time, he saw pubes. Hey man, gave him some extra curly French fries. Oh man. Another time he ordered pico de gallo while visiting a vegan restaurant. While eating, he found live larvae squirming around. Sid was so pissed that he emailed their corporate customer relations center about it. They emailed him back, dismissively responding with something along the lines of, "We use all organic ingredients, so that is to be expected." The meal was a little too organic for Sid's taste. This story was submitted by El Guapo Burro. That's the handsome looking burro in Spanish. Helbin took his girlfriend out to dinner one night. He ordered a salad and began to mix it up when he noticed a massive chunk of hair in it. His girlfriend took one look and was so grossed out that she began to dry heave. Her dry heaving got the waitress's attention and she walked up to their table. After telling the waitress about the chunk of hair, she asked Helbin if he wanted a replacement salad. He answered,
"Hell no! I want to pay whatever I owe for the drinks and go somewhere else."
So the waitress decided to get the manager, even though Helbin didn't ask to see him. The manager said that the drinks were on the house and asked him to stay and let him make it up to him and his girlfriend. Helbin politely declined the manager's offer, accepted his other offers of free drinks, and left the restaurant. This story was submitted by Spike6686. James Shark felt like pizza one night, so he ordered one from the local restaurant. The pizza was delicious, but when it came down to the last 2 slices, he noticed a slimy thing at the bottom of the box. He lifted one of the slices to expose a used condom. It had leaked all over the other slices, but James Shark didn't notice. He thought it was only grease, plus didn't pay much attention to it because he was so hungry. Pissed, he drove down to the restaurant and asked for the manager. The manager wasn't any help, so James Shark took the issue to corporate. The corporate office comped him with a code that he could use on the website to get free pizza for a year. He never ate there again, since he already eaten 6 slices of semen pizza. This story was submitted by Spicy Baboon Butt. Years ago, Pecan's family decided to order pizza for dinner one night. When they got the pizza, her mother distributed the slices among Pecan, her father, and her siblings. Everyone except for her mother began to eat the slices. Pecan noticed that her mother wasn't eating. Instead, she was staring at the inside of the pizza box in horror and disgust. When Pecan asked her what was wrong, her mother showed her that there was a squished rat at the bottom of the box. This story was submitted by Incubus910. Charky used to work as a server in a restaurant. During his time there, the restaurant was dealing with a serious mouse infestation. So, management hired a pest control company to install poison traps to make sure the mice didn't become an issue during business hours. While working the night shift one time, Charky was checking on some patrons at a table that was directly below an HVAC vent. Just then, a poison-dazed mouse fell from out of the vent and onto the plate of one of the patrons sitting at the table. The mouse was barely alive and squirming around the plate of french fries. The mother screamed in horror and her children freaked out, but it was mostly out of concern for the mouse. Charky immediately ran to get a manager to try and sort everything out. Since he couldn't find a manager, he told the mother that she was good to go and under no obligations to pay for the meal. The family left and he was finally able to get a hold of a manager. After Charky explained the ordeal, the manager understood the gravity of the situation. They stood there, realizing that the mother and her children would never come back. This story was submitted by Lunatic21. Back when she worked at a hospital in the dietary department, Cookie and her coworkers would have a pizza day once every month. So one day Cookie bought a pre-made crust so she could make the pizzas quickly. After making them, she proceeded to slice them when she noticed that one of them had an electrical wire coiled up through the entire base of the pizza. She was shocked at how a wire could be coiled into a pizza crust. Also, the wire was a teal color, so the color ended up leaking into the surrounding dough. Oh, that's gross. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care, everybody. Peace.